YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We had another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about expectations for rookie quarterback Sam Howell. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. We're ever so close to that goal. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So expectations for Sam Howell, man. I've been wanting to make this video for a little minute because a lot of people love the Sam Howell pick. I do too. I really do. I feel like it's an insurance policy just in case Carson Wentz doesn't pan out. But everyone is just assuming this guy is going to be their second quarterback. Like, he's going to be quarterback two. Are we forgetting that Taylor Heinicke's on this roster? Like, I'm not saying starting wise. Let me make myself clear. Carson Wentz is the clear-cut starter. Day one, he is the starting quarterback. I'm talking about backups. Everyone is just like excluding Taylor Heinicke as if he doesn't exist. As if at a point in time in his all season, he wasn't the only quarterback that was under contract. As much as I like the Sam Howell pick, the quarterback, the way it's going to go as far as depth chart wise, it's going to be Carson Wentz 1, Taylor Heinicke 2, Sam Howell 3. They may have a QB competition for the QB2 spot, but then again, does that really matter? I mean, as long as Carson Wentz plays and stays healthy, neither one of these guys are going to see the field. But I just want to say, pipe down the expectations for Sam Howell. I mean, people's record predictions have Carson Wentz, starting off the season, and then knock on wood. I don't want to say that word, but you guys know what I'm talking about. They had that happening, and then Sam Howell coming in the second half and leading us to a 11-6, 10-7, 12-5 record. Like, Sam Howell, a rookie? A fifth-round rookie? Really? You got him coming in leading us to that much success already? Like, I think we need to slow down a little bit with how the hype train of Sam Howell. Again, I love the pick, man. It was a great pick. But I think expectations for this guy is high. Like, can we at least give Carson Wentz a fair chance? Like, a lot of people really want to see this guy start. Like, I don't know if you guys read the comment sections. I mean, obviously you probably don't, because you probably just don't read the comment section of people's videos, not just mine, but just Washington Commanders videos in whole. A lot of people want to see this guy start. Like, a lot of people are not willing to give Carson Wentz a chance. A lot of people are saying Taylor Heinicke is not. They're not even bringing up Taylor Heinicke's name when it comes to QB2. Like, they just assume that Sam Howell is going to be it. He's going to be QB2. Now, again, let me rearrange myself and clarify myself. Taylor Heinicke or Sam Howell will not be a starting quarterback. That's not the argument I'm making here. The argument that I'm making here is that the expectations for Sam Howell may be a little too high. And are we just excluding that Taylor Heinicke just doesn't exist? Like, we just assume that Sam Howell is going to be QB2 behind Carson Wentz. We assume that, knock on wood again, but if that thing that happens with Carson Wentz that I pray doesn't happen, we just assume the first person off the bench is going to be Sam Howell. Did we forget that this regime loves Taylor Heinicke? Did we forget that we had one of the hardest schedules in the NFL last year, and this guy led us to 7-10, a subpar starter? This guy, Taylor Heinicke, I would make the argument that he's probably the best backup quarterback in the NFL right now, according to everyone's roster. Maybe you could say Tyrod Taylor. You could probably have to throw a couple names in the hat. But if he's not the best backup quarterback, he's up there for sure. Like, if a team has Taylor Heinicke on their roster, their season isn't going to fall apart. We seen that last year. Our season didn't fall apart because of Taylor Heinicke. Our season fell apart because of pretty much everyone, COVID, injuries. Yeah, Heinicke had a few stinkers here and there, but he wasn't the sole reason why why the season went down the way it went down. Hell, if it wasn't for Taylor Heinicke, we don't have 7 wins last year. We have like 4 or 5, if that. So, I mean, No, again, I'm not saying Taylor Heinicke's gonna be the starter, but I'm just saying, guys, pump your brakes a little bit. Like just because Sam Howell is the new guy in town and it's a lot of excitement around him, which I understand, because we're looking at the future. But can this season happen first? Like a lot of people are already writing off Carson Wentz just because they want to see what Sam Howell does. Now, what if Sam Howell isn't what we think he could be? You know, like again, the excitement is cool. I understand it. I'm excited for the possibilities of Sam Howell, but again, let my man Carson Wentz get a chance first. Don't assume that he's QB2, because Taylor Heinicke can definitely have something to say for that, and I definitely think he's QB2 as of right now. Now, could that change in the preseason and in training camp? Yeah, for sure, but with considering the fact that he has QB starting experience in the NFL, especially last year, he's loved by this regime. I would like to think that Taylor Heinicke is going to be your QB2 headed into this season. Again, Sam Howell is going to be a good story, but like, what do we do? And not to look to the future, but what do we do if Carson Wentz just tears it up this year? You know, do we keep Sam Howell and let go of Taylor Heinicke? Because what did we sign Taylor Heinicke to, like a 1-year extension, or was it a 2-year deal? Let me look it up. Let me double check. Let me look at Taylor Heinicke's contract, because not trying to look in the future, but if Carson Wentz it lights it up, do we let go of Taylor Heinicke and then our quarterback 2 then next year be Sam Howell? And if that's the case, that's okay. But I'm talking about this year. We're excluding as if Taylor Heinicke doesn't exist for that QB2 role. Like the only argument that I could really make is, and I don't think no one can really argue with this, is that we have probably the best QB group in the NFL. Wentz, Heinicke, and Howell. Name a better trio as far as 3 quarterbacks in the NFL for all 31 other teams. So I'm looking up his contract now. I believe it was a 1-year extension, if I'm not mistaken. So in 2021, oh yeah. So it was a 2-year deal. I'm sorry about that. So 2021 he played last year, and then we signed him to a 2-year deal this year. Or it says a 1-year deal, because then he'll be an unrestricted free agent next year. So I think it was a 1-year deal. Needless to say, then the question starts to happen next year. Like the next year's next season, when Taylor Heinicke's an unrestricted free agent, do you bring him back, or do you just keep Sam Howell under his rookie contract and not have to pay another quarterback? But right now, at this current juncture, guys, I think the expectations for Sam Howell is too high. A lot of fans have been saying they want to see him start over Wentz. A lot of fans have been saying in their record predictions, like I said, they have Wentz going down, and I hate that I just said that, knock on wood, that it doesn't happen, going down and then Sam Howell coming in. I guarantee you, if that was to happen, the first person off that bench is Taylor Heinicke. You guys know how Ron Rivera is, man. We know this. And especially since he played a whole season last year and he didn't completely blow it up, 7-10, you know how Ron is going to be. So, again, I love the Sam Howell pick. I'm wishing nothing but the best for Sam Howell as a backup right now, because I want to see Carson Wentz thrive and be successful, and what a story would be that we finally found our franchise quarterback. But as of right now, you guys, some of you guys, not all of you guys, some of you guys' expectations for Sam Howell in year 1 is just too high, man. Just pipe it down and give my man Carson Wentz a shot first, man. Like, at least see my man play 5 games before you start calling for Howell, before you start having expectations for Howell. Okay? So as always, man, it's been Boy One Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers. We're ever so close, man. So hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already, man. Try to get to that 4K as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much. I'm out. Peace.